Hey everyone, I'm Gracie from RGV Music. We're a fairly new Facebook page made up of music enthusiasts who work together to promote and showcase local music. We're here with our first featured artist of the month, Fiends. You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick?
I'm Nick, I'm the vocalist.
Larry, drums.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I know you guys are releasing your debut EP soon. I've already had the privilege of listening to it, and I noticed there was a old school horror vibe going on. So what made you all go with that theme?
Yeah, that's definitely something that's kind of been with this band since we started it. We're very inspired by all things dark, old school horror movies, 1940s Universal monster movie picks. A lot of songs are like loosely based on movies. It's just something that's kind of, you know, that we carry with us, and something that we wanted to get across with this CD.
We're very big on theatrics, so we definitely wanted to go ahead and use that to our advantage.
Right on. What initially got you guys involved with this music genre?
I met Larry back in 2nd grade. That was like almost 21 years ago. No, we were 7 or 6. Oh. And so back then, he was one of the only guys at that time that liked metal. And so we were always trading CDs, and we would listen to Cold Chamber, Mudvayne, Slipknot, Limp Bizkit. And we just kind of loved that music, and it never really left us. And so we wanted to play stuff that kind of reminded us, maybe like a little bit of a throwback to that stuff back then. And basically, the whole origin of Fiends was loosely based on, okay, if Cold Chamber was around now, how would they sound? So that was pretty much why we stuck with this genre.
Sweet. Besides music, what other hobbies do you guys have that boost creativity or help with your writing process?
I know Larry's gotten me into a lot more film, and I think it's really cool to watch kind of an abstract kind of movie and really take some sort of message home and try and dissect it, and then eventually put it out there in some sort of way in a song, whether it be a line from a movie or even just a plot that you can kind of implement in there. I'll go and let him elaborate on it, because he's really big on other things that are boosting his creativity.
Nah, it's basically what he said. A lot of our influences will come from movies. Just kind of everything from, you know, like Stanley Kubrick to like a, you know, Korean zombie movie.
Some David Lynch stuff.
David Lynch, definitely. Just if it's weird, you know, if it's weird, we're into it.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, what's your creative process like when it comes to writing?
A lot of times what happens is I'll come up with a riff. I'll usually hum it into my phone, and I'll bring it to the guys, and I'll try to get them to kind of replicate what I did on my phone. And a lot of times they'll be throwing out random riffs, and I'm usually kind of the mediator. I'm the guy who puts things together. And once we have a solid song down, I'll usually tell him, like, you know, a few days before the show, I need lyrics to this song, I need a title. And if you've seen us at a show and we played a new song, odds are that he wrote the lyrics like the day before.
That's amazing.
And that's the first time of me playing that song with the full band. So, but that just comes with years of experience doing that, and I like to work under pressure. I really don't contribute too much as far as the music goes, because I've been really busy lately. But I trust the guys enough to, you know, come bring with something to the table that is killer, and I just try to, you know, be the cherry on top as far as what can I add vocally.
Sweet. What's in store for the future of Fiends? What direction do you guys see yourself going in?
I think as far as the future, we're definitely going to be working on our second EP here in the next couple months. We're definitely going to go in a different direction, might move a little more into the metal side, than the hardcore side. But we definitely don't want to make the same EP twice. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be more personal, more about our lives. With this one is very concept based. This one it's gonna be, you know, personal. It's gonna get deep.
There's a lot to say on the next EP, and there's a lot to say even after the next EP. So as long as I have something to say, Fiends is gonna be here.
Badass. Well, like I mentioned before, you guys are dropping your first EP soon. How was the recording process like with that?
It's very, very easy. We recorded it here at Widowmaker Studios with Josh Lopez. Just as soon as we met the guy, he understood what we were about, what sound we were trying to get, and so it just made everything very easy on us. We're a band that has a very clear vision of what we want. But what's cool about Josh is he was able to bring his own ideas to the table, and I think he made the songs, you know, even better. So we're very happy with how it came out.
It was very easy to record with him, and he's a great guy. He's got a great ear for music, and I can't picture this band recording with anyone else but him.
Awesome. I've seen you guys live a few times, and one thing you guys are known for is playing this different famous cover song from bands like Limp Bizkit, Korn, Papa Roach. How do you guys go about deciding which song to do next?
It really starts off with, well, when we first started doing it, it was more of a, hey, this would be kind of fun to play. Let's just see what happens. And we know it's going to be fun for us to play. I mean, if people are into it, cool. If they're not, well, then too bad. And so that was always the mentality behind that. And so, but over the years, when we start, now that we're, you know, we're really selective now as far as what covers we want to go ahead and do. We really have to sit down and kind of nitpick, okay, do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? And usually it kind of comes about, something will come up on our iPod or something that, hey, we haven't thought about this. Maybe we can try this one out. But we're definitely very selective about it nowadays because we know people have gotten to expect covers from our shows, which is cool. But when that's all you're really expecting from the show, then it really loses its value. And so if you're expecting us to do a cover, we're going to do a 180 and we're not going to do it. So we're really selective of when we kind of bring them out on special occasions. But right now it's just if it's going to be fun for us to play, then we'll do it. We'll pick that song.
Cool. What new music do you guys listen to these days? Are there any bands or performers or artists that you're all into?
As far as new music goes, like maybe the last couple of years, I'm really into Gift Giver and Spite. Other than that, I really don't listen to a lot of new heavy music. I kind of stay away from it just because nothing has really just grabbed my attention. I'm really stuck listening to stuff I grew up to. If it was already on my iPod 5 years ago or whatever, that's all I'm listening to. I mean, if you hang out with me for a weekend, all you're gonna hear is Ghost, Primus, or Faith No More.
I listen to a lot of weirder stuff right now, but I think what I'm really into right at the moment is just a lot of like underground hip hop. So everything from like, you know, artists like Cage and Aesop Rock and Sadistic, just kind of like rappers, just kind of with dark undertones. That's kind of what we're into. But if you come to one of our shows, if you want to know what we're listening to at the time, all you have to do is just listen to the intro right before we play, because we'll play dark hip hop, and then, you know, a different show we're playing really sad, depressing music, and then we're playing like old 1950s doo-wop music, you know, just to kind of change the mood from, you know, right before we play to when we start playing.
Awesome. And finally, where can the viewers find your music or see you any shows that are coming up?
Yeah, so I guess the big one is our EP release show. We made a record. It's called the Witch House EP. So we're going to be selling copies for $5 on Good Friday, April 14th at Ysaguirre, Cultura in McAllen. So definitely, if you're free that day, come check us out. Pick up a CD. You see us at the merch table. Come, you know, say what's up and check it out for yourselves. A lot of good bands playing that night.
A lot of good friends playing with us that night.
As far as music, just, you know, look us up on YouTube, look us up on Bandcamp. We're at facebook.com/fiendsmusic. And all of our stuff is going to be going on like all the streaming sites come April 14th.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for doing this with us.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you all here. Thank you guys for watching. I am Gracie from RGV Music Scene. Make sure to like us on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And don't forget to check our page daily to see what bands are playing where. You don't have to be bored, guys. Thanks.